Welcome to Lesson 4.3, Creating Buffer Zone Between Decisions. By now, you've seen the cost of decision fatigue and how cognitive overload creeps into leadership performance. In this lesson, we focus on one of the most overlooked but powerful tools for protecting judgment, cognitive buffer zones. These are short, intentional pauses between mental tasks or decisions that allow your thinking system to reset. Without them, you carry mental residue, assumptions, emotions, urgency from one decision to the next. With them, you start fresh, sharper, steadier, and clearer. Let's reframe your mental calendar. It's not just about what's scheduled, it's about how your brain transitions between those things. Think about your last high-stakes day, a strategy meeting at 9, a hiring decision at 10, a performance issue at 10:30. If you don't pause between those, even for 2 to 3 minutes, you're likely bringing mental friction and emotional carryover from one into the next. That's not multitasking, that's cognitive compounding, and it erodes decision quality quietly. Here's what the research shows. Every time you switch cognitive contexts, especially between high stakes or emotionally charged decisions, your brain needs time to recalibrate. If you don't give it that time, you get slower information processing, higher error rates, more reactive behavior, and less presence and focus. That's why meetings feel harder in the afternoon. It's not just the energy, it's uncleared cognitive load from earlier decisions. A quick distinction. Breaks are for rest, but buffers are for clarity. Breaks restore energy, buffers restore focus. A break might be a walk or lunch, but a buffer might be 2 minutes of reflection between meetings. Think of buffers as mental transitions, structured pauses where you clear what just happened and mentally prepare for what's next. You don't need 30 minutes to do this, you need 3 minutes of just structure. When you don't buffer, here's what leaks into your next decision. 1. Residual emotion. Frustration from one meeting affecting the tone of your next. 2. Urgency bias. You feel rushed even when there's time. 3. Cognitive carryover. You apply the wrong framework or logic to a new situation. Buffers prevent you from treating every decision as a continuation of the last. They help you respond to this moment, not the momentum of the day. Here's a simple field-tested buffer you can use anytime you're switching contexts. 1. Stop. End your last task or meeting fully. Don't mentally drag it into the next one. Clear. Ask yourself what needs to be let go of right now. Write it down or speak it privately. One sentence is enough. 3. Prime. Ask, what does the next moment require of me? Define your role and mindset, briefly but clearly. This takes under 3 minutes, but the return of clarity and reduced reactivity is massive. Here's where buffers are most valuable. Before a one-on-one meeting, shift from strategy to empathy. After a performance review, clear emotions before your next decision. Before giving feedback, prime your intent, not just your message. Between back-to-back meetings, you can reclaim your presence. Using these buffers intentionally, especially before emotionally loaded or judgment-heavy moments, can make a real difference. Don't wait until you feel overloaded. Build the habit before your system needs it. This isn't just mental, it's structural. Build visible buffer space into your calendar. Block 5 to 10 minutes between meetings. Use calendar labels like transition or reset. Or let your team know these aren't breaks, they're just part of your decision hygiene. When buffers become a visible standard, not a secret coping strategy, they elevate team clarity too. People start showing up more present because they're not rushed from one mental environment to another. Most people judge leadership by how many decisions you make, but great leaders are defined by how quickly they can reset between decisions. That's what keeps you emotionally credible, cognitively sharp, and strategically relevant across the entire day and not just in short bursts. Buffer zones aren't luxury, they're a high performance necessity. Because the cost of carryover is subtle, but it accumulates fast. So let's reflect. Where in your week do you feel the most rushed? Not by time, but by mental residue. What types of decisions feel harder than they should, simply because of what came before? What's one daily moment where you could install a 3-minute buffer to create a clean mental reset? Write it down and try it this week. Notice how even small buffers can create big returns in presence and performance. So you've just learned how to install buffer zones that reduce reactivity and protect decision clarity throughout the day. But what about after the day ends? In the next and final lessons of this module, we'll show you how to create mental shutdown routines that offload stress, restore executive function, and protect your clarity overnight so you don't carry tension into your next day. I'll see you in lesson 4.4.